So you guys moved to where after that?
We moved to Melbourne.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And how was Melbourne compared to what it was like?
A big city.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very big city. I think even when we were coming into Melbourne on the train, I remember just looking out at Southern Cross being like, whoa, like it was unlike anything we've ever seen. Because
Yeah.
I think the tallest building in our area was probably the church.
Yeah.
You know, so going to a place full of skyscrapers, it was very different. Yeah, very different from a small town.
Yeah. And you would have been 10?
Yeah,
When you got here.
turning 11 that
Yeah,
year.
yeah. So how was schooling when you got to Melbourne?
Schooling was really good. I think when I came to Melbourne, that's when I really started taking school very serious.
Okay.
Because I think I was just like childish. I got a D in English and reading all throughout my life, because every time
Yeah.
I'd come back from school, it would be like me and a Buck would be playing like downball, and like we took sports really serious.
Yeah.
But I think in Lismore, like being a little bit coming to Melbourne, being a little bit more mature,
Yeah.
and also the environment's very different. There's not really much places to explore.
Yeah.
We used to be out and about all the time in Lismore, but in Melbourne, everyone's kind of confined to their house. So you're kind of like, oh, you know, just go do my work. And I got really into reading at that point as well. So I found school really enjoyable. I loved the school that we went to. We went to a prep to year 12 school. So all my siblings were there. So I didn't feel that sense of, oh, I'm all alone. I always felt like in my life, I've always felt like I've been part of something, and I've always felt that sense of familiarity that made me feel comfortable. So I enjoyed school.
Yeah. That's good. That's amazing. Right. So where did you guys move to when you got here?
We moved to Melton, and we've been living there ever since.
Yeah. And how's Melton been?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very culturally diverse, and I think it's got a growing South Sudanese community there. Like, you know, there's a lot of us in Melton. Makes me feel really comfortable, like having your friends and your cousins there. I think Melton's a good place to live. It's like, it's convenient location. It does have issues, but I think it's fine. I like living here.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I love that. I've never been to Melton.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there.
Wow.
It seems so far away.
Yeah,
But I don't think it is. I've probably been there, but I think I've gone past it. I've never been to Melton though.
Yeah, wow. Okay, you need to stop by.
That's on my bucket list for this year.
Okay, cool. Come to Woodgrove, the shopping centre.
Yeah. So when you guys got there, was there a lot of Africans there at the time, or did it start kind of getting? Was it?
Yeah.
So there was there people there.
Definitely. Even when like my parents were pitching coming to Melbourne to us, there was one of the things they said, it was like, there's more of our people there. So Melbourne has like a huge South Sudanese. It's probably the biggest South Sudanese community compared to a small town in northern New South Wales. So that's definitely there, and I think it's growing every year. Like obviously now that our population's like, there's people in Perth, there's people in Sydney, there's people in Brisbane, but I think Melbourne is definitely like a hub for a lot of South Sudanese people, because the more people that are there, the more, you know, enticement there is to be as part of a bigger community. Yeah.
I love that. I really want to get into AYI.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad, that was a really good introduction. I really want to get into AYI. I think it's a very, very important topic and project that you guys are doing. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so the African Youth Initiative was a not-for-profit organisation that was started in 2020 by Rebel, Aken, Malau, Abak and I. So Rebel and Aken originally, they were conversing with themselves about the issues that they were seeing in the South Sudanese community over the last few years. And they really wanted to do something. We wanted to empower like South Sudanese young people to live like a good life, make good decisions, and remove the barriers and obstacles in their life. So they kind of came up with the idea, and they told us about, and they said, we really want to, get involved in this project or this organization or whatever it is. So we spent all of 2020 kind of just thinking about what ideas, like what issues do we want to focus on with the African Youth Initiative.
Yeah.
And we all know, like over the past few years, our South Sudanese community has undergone a lot of change. There's been a lot of difficulties with the young people, with families, with racism, with just a feeling like we don't really belong, you know, a feeling that you're not really being your best self. And a lot of issues in relation to crime, unemployment, just numerous issues. And we felt like we had, we really had this desire to give back to the community and also to like strengthen the community, because it's something that we live in the community. So we thought, what is it that we need as South Sudanese people? What do South Sudanese young people need to succeed? And so we spent all of 2020 kind of coming up with our vision, coming up with our purpose. What's the structure going to look like? Is it a project? Is it a program? Is it an organization? So we did a lot of research. We did a lot of consultations with young people themselves as to what is the biggest issues that are facing us. And so we eventually decided to have a not-for-profit organization. We were going to have different